Welcome all. Today we are going to see the basics of fluid power and pumps. So when I say fluid, I am talking about liquid as well as gases. Both are considered as a fluid. So man has recognized and accepted the fluid as a source of power. In 1648, Pascal has discovered that water transmits the pressure equally throughout the container. However, due to the advent of electricity around the 1850, the use of water in the industry is declined until the outbreak of World War II. In 1920, the oil has started as a fluid power source in the machine tool by Europe and USA and Canada. So, what does the fluid power is? The fluid power is the technology that deals with the generation, control and transmission of the power using the pressurized fluid. So we can say fluid power is the muscle that runs the industry because the fluid power is used to pull, push and regulate the drives of the all machine components. For example, fluid power steer, brakes in automobile, it is used in the spacecraft, then harvesting the crops and so on. So basically fluid power systems are divided into two categories, that is pneumatic and hydraulic. So if we are using oil under the pressure, that system is known as the hydraulic system. If compressed air is used in the system for the power transmission, then that system is used as a pneumatic system. So fluid power system, if large force and low speed is needed, then we use hydraulic system. And also if less force and higher speed is required, in that case we use pneumatic system. If compressed air is readily available in the industry, then pneumatic systems is preferred. So what are the advantages of fluid power systems? So in case of fluid power system, we can avoid the mechanical linkages to the greater extent. Hence, the breakdowns are reduced, the production will increase. And design and construction of fluid power system is easy, simple and compact. As pipes are flexible, can be bent and accommodated in available spaces. Automatic and safety circuits are possible, which is very important to increase the rate of production and safety to avoid the accidents. Next advantage is fluid power systems are flexible to cope up with the design changes. Any modification in the design can be easily implemented in the existing circuits, and we can modify the fluid power system easily. Vibration, noise, wear, tear are reduced in case of fluid power systems because vibrations is the main factor for the mechanical system. Also, for the mechanical systems, noise, wear and tear is more. In case of fluid power systems, it is less. If overloaded, the system stalls. The system start once as the load is reduced. So maintenance, servicing and lubrication is also simple. So now we talk about the hydraulic systems. So applications of hydraulic systems are in case of machine tools that like CNC, hydraulic shapers, then material handling equipments like elevator, lifts, construction fields like earth mover. In automobile, we can use hydraulic systems for the brakes and steering. For the aircraft, flight control and landing. For railways, brake and suspension. For marine field, ship steering mechanism and the shipbuilding. Applications of pneumatic systems. Pneumatic systems are used in drilling machine, nut runner, in packaging systems, then clamps, conveyors, robotics. For mining, we can use the pneumatic tools in air brakes, air suspension in automobile, machine tools, pneumatic press and clamps. Medical and dental equipments are also uses the pneumatic systems. So basically this is the block diagram of hydraulic system. In case of hydraulic system, we have mechanical energy. Then with the help of rotation of shaft, we can use the pump. From the pump, we can pressurize the fluid. Once the fluid is pressurized, that pressurized fluid is sent to the actuator to do the work. Then this is the general layout of hydraulic systems. So what are the components we can use in the hydraulic systems are oil reservoir, filter, pump, pressure relief valve, direction valves, pressure gauges, flow control valves, and actuator, that is double acting cylinder. Now let us understand the working of each and every function. So starting with reservoir. So basically reservoir is used to store the sufficient amount of hydraulic oil in the system to cool the hot oil, to cool the return hot oil, and to settle down the contamination, to remove the air bubbles, and to separate the water from the oil. These are the function of reservoir. Filter is used to remove the contamination. Then pump is used to pressurize the fluid. We can use this pressure for the movement of actuator. Then pressure relief valve. The pressure relief valve removes the excess pressure. This is the safety pressure beyond which we cannot run the system. So it is the safety valve, we can say. Then pressure gauge. Pressure gauge denotes the corresponding pressure in the working line or return line. Then direction control valves. Direction control valves are used to change the direction of flow of the fluid for the extension and retraction. Then flow control valve. Flow control valve is used to control the flow of fluid. Then actuator are the hands of the mechanical hands of the hydraulic systems. So we can do the work with the help of actuator. So what are the advantages of hydraulic systems? So in case of hydraulic systems, we can deal with higher pressure, up to we can use up to 500 bar pressure in case of hydraulic systems. So hydraulic systems is easy to produce, transmit, store, and regulate, maintain, and transform the fluid. Weight to power ratio of the hydraulic system is comparatively less as that of electromechanical system. So it is possible to generate high gain in force and power amplification. Hydraulic systems are uniform and smooth, generate stepless motion, and we can use at variable speed. The force required is greater. If the force required is greater, you can use the hydraulic systems. Division and distribution of hydraulic power is simpler as that of other source of energies. Limiting and balancing of the hydraulic forces are easily performed. Frictional resistance is much less than other systems, that is mechanical systems. Hydraulic elements can be located at anywhere and any place. Interchangeability of hydraulic elements is more, you can say. Noise and vibration is less as compared to mechanical systems. Hydraulic systems are cheaper as compared to other power transmission systems, and maintenance is easy. Again, the hydraulic systems are mechanically safe, compact as compared to other systems. The hydraulic output can be both linear, non-linear, rotational. You can use the flexible output, or you can use the flexible power generation using the compound motion without gears. Hence manufacturing cost against reduces. Hydraulic is better for the overload safety, because there are so many safety components present in the hydraulic systems. Accuracy of the feedback, load, and position is more in case of hydraulic systems. If you use the electromechanical or electrohydraulic or digital electronic servo system. So what are the disadvantages of hydraulic systems? So main disadvantage of hydraulic system is what you need to manufacture all component with high precision, because as you are using the oil, so leakage problem is there in case of hydraulic system. So to avoid the leakage problem, the accuracy of manufacturing should be more. The hydraulic elements have to be specifically treated to protect the rust and corrosion. So you have to add some rusting free additives in the oil to avoid the rusting. Then oil can react with various material. So chemical degradation you have to avoid in case of hydraulic systems. So again, disadvantage is petroleum-based hydraulic oil may pose hazardous impact on the system. If the temperature is beyond the safety limit, then there is a chance of fire in case of hydraulic system. So that is a big disadvantage of hydraulic system. So what are the losses in hydraulic systems? So power loss due to the heat generation during idle period is the major loss we can consider in case of hydraulic system. To minimize this loss, the system should be made to operate at low pressure and less discharge during the idle time. The power loss next is the power loss due to the frictional loss in the flow through the pipes. So internal roughness of the pipes should be minimum to avoid the frictional loss. Then power loss due to the leakage is the main concern with the hydraulic system. So power loss due to the idle running of the system. So we can reduce this by switching off the pumps whenever it is not required. Then power loss due to the viscosity of the oil. So these are the losses of the hydraulic systems.